G'day viewers, welcome to my channel. I'm Brian. Talk to you today about heat sinks in computers. If you only go after gold and that sort of thing, you're throwing away a big chunk of your income, and heat sinks are significant. They're well worth getting. I've got 4 PCs here. I'm not going to pull them all apart completely. I don't think you need to sit there and watch 4 computers get pulled apart. It's been done plenty of times already, but I will show you what to do with the heat sinks. Alright, you see in there, that little round thing there, that's the center of the fan. That's sitting on top of a heat sink. They're dead easy to get out. There's 4 little screws in there. You turn them quarter of a time, the thing falls quarter of a turn each, and the thing falls out in your hand. So let's get into it, shall we? Now I'll just grab my screwdriver here. Those 4 screws, that's it. They're located around the outside edge of the fan. It's hard to sort of pick this up in the camera, but you can look down in there and see 4 little screws that are waiting to be turned quarter of a turn. They've got an arrow on them telling you which way to turn them and everything. And then the heat sink just comes out in your hand like that, right? If you can't figure out how to get that out by looking at the top of these screws, you can see on the top of the screw there, it's got like a little slot that you put your screwdriver in, and under normal use it's sitting like that. All you're doing is turning it quarter of a turn that way. 4 of them and it's out, right? And then they just literally break off. The fan's worth nothing, but this is what you're left with. Right, it's a copper aluminium heat sink. This is extruded aluminium around the outside, slug of copper in the center. Now, you probably could sell it as a copper aluminium radiator. I've never tried. I knock the copper out and sell it as candy copper, and the rest goes as extruded aluminium. And I'll get to that in a minute. I'll just put that over there. I'll put this out of the way. And we'll just pop these ones out, eh? Bring that camera down so you can see what I'm doing. Righto. Now, in these, pretty much everything just lifts out of these things. There's your hard drive. That'll just lift out. It's got 2 RAM sticks in it, one of which is already out. 1 gig. So you get a couple of RAM sticks, which is, nice. There's no slot cards in it. Floppy out of the way. Now, get that out of the way. Always check these. Right, always check it. All you got to do, always check these ends on these ribbon leads. if you look in there, you can see they're just silver cable pierces things there. That's the other end of the pins that pierce the cable. Very often they're gold plated all the way through. They're worth checking. Anyway, the heatsink is under this plastic shroud. There. That's your heatsink contained in there. That's how hard it is to get out. Right. You can see this part of it is all aluminium, all these cooling fins. Aluminium's very good at dissipating heat, it's very conductive. That's a slug of copper, and that's a copper pipe that lays along the top of the slug inside there and goes through the fins, comes out that end, and heat travels through the copper, through the tube, and dissipates through the aluminium. That heatsink, these are $5.60 a kilo at the moment. And it weighs in at 15 short of 300 grams. So that's 30% of $5.60, which is about $1.70, $1.80 for that. Right, and that's how hard it is to get out. That's the second one. Put him out the way. These are a little bit different again. That's your heatsink under there. You can see the back end of it there. I'll pop them two ram sticks out of there while I'm here. Always like ram. That just lifts out. You've got 4 Torx screws down in here. Normally I sort my computers out and do all of one sort, then all of the next sort, because when you've got 20 computers that are all identical, you'll be changing the tips around in your screwdriver guns and what have you, and if you just do them haphazardly, you end up constantly swapping them back and forth. So I do one type, then I set up and do the next type. Now this heatsink here, again, same deal. It's got an aluminium base, it's got 2 tubes. You can see them, you can see them down inside there. How did I do that? How the bloody hell did I manage to do that? There you go, you can see them running along the top of the aluminium there. And they'll travel along, then they come up, and they go back through and pop out the other side. And the same principle, heat travels up through the tube, dissipates through the aluminium fins. That's another sort. Get him out of the way. And we'll do one more. We'll do this little fella here. This is a bit different. Never underestimate the ability of a computer to throw you a curveball. Okay. go. Now, we've got no RAM, no slot cards. But we do have a hell of a heatsink. This is different. Okay. I'll play your silly buddy game. There's your fan. It came off it. And that's your heatsink. Now this is pretty elaborate, this one. This is actually a pretty good one. That's 300 grams of copper aluminium radiator. Now, you'll see it's got 4 steel screws in it. I'll get to them in a sec. Alright, I'll show you how to get them out. They're dead easy. Alright, that's that one out of the way. And now, I'm going to have to shift my camera because I've got to go over to the vise. So just bear with me for a sec. Righto, back at the vise. Now, when you get heat sinks that have got these big screws sticking out of them, if you get a heat sink that looks like that, that's where the CPU, where it mounts over the CPU. The 4 smaller holes, like these ones, they actually hold the fan mount. But these ones here, these bigger ones, have a screw in them that looks basically like them. And all you do, or all I do, is sit them over the drawers of the vise, give them a tap with a hammer. There's always got to be one that's awkward. There you go. That's it. Your 4 screws are out. That's now ready to sell as a clean copper aluminium radiator. When you get one like these have got 4 screws in them. For some reason, every time I try and undo those screws with a gun, I end up chewing the heads out of them, so I use a screwdriver. But they're not hard to deal with. That's it. Your end pieces are out, or your mounting pieces are off. And again, clean copper aluminium radiator. And the last ones, which are my favourites, are these fellas. And like I said, I got the name, I call these copper stackers. I don't know if that's their correct name, but anyway, Ben calls them that, and I picked it up from him, I guess, like a lot of people. Again, dead easy. They're not hard to deal with. Hammer. If you want to get fair income, you can get a heavy hammer. There's your copper slug. There's your clean extruded aluminium. That's how hard it is. I'll just knock a couple more. These don't always come out the same size. That's about average. That one would be about average. They can be smaller, they can be significantly bigger, but that's about average. All right. So that one's a bit smaller. And then I pause you. I'm back. I dropped him. Oh, for Christ's sake. Come here. Move that puppy out. Well, I'll do one more. I'll get that one in a sec. Maybe. Always got to be one. Righto. That's 3. That's half a dozen nice little copper slugs. I've got more to go, but for the purpose of the exercise. At 400 grams, by the time I get the dozen of them done, I'll have the best part of a kilo of copper, candy copper, which is $11.50 a kilo, and you can see how hard it is to do. These are, oh, and of course you're going to end up with, well, from 6 of them, and you've got about $1.20's worth of extruded aluminium and $5 worth of copper. You know, $6 or $7, but you wait until you've got 30 or 40 of them and do the whole lot together. It doesn't take very long, and it's a nice way of increasing your returns from what you're doing. So yeah, that's another way to find a nice little extra chunk of copper, and I love it. I hope you got something out of that. If you did, think about leaving a like and subscribing, eh? Cheers. Bye.